Hey there guys, BlackPanthaa here and welcome back to another Forza 6 discussion video. Now today I wanted to just have a talk about Forza 6 and what my thoughts are right now because it's all over the place. Now I jumped into Forza on Forza 5, so I kind of started in the shite time to be quite honest, with all the features started to get removed. Though, to be honest, with Forza 5, you could understand because obviously it was moving to a new generation platform and they had to make a new engine for it to work on that and obviously remake the cars and the tracks, and I was like, okay, that's acceptable. Then Horizon 2 came out, still not amazing, but it was much better than Forza 5. And then here comes Forza 6, which is literally Forza 5 with DLC, with an extra DLC season pass thing that you can buy for about 40 quid, and it has rain and nighttime on some of the tracks. Yes, some of the tracks. As I said, don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to Forza 6, but the thing that annoys me the most is they've literally, at E3, all they did is say, here comes the car, oh my god, it's a new Ford, and then the Ford man comes out, Ford the 69th, I don't bloody know his name, he comes out and he goes, oh yes, Forza 6 is the only game you can play with the new Ford GT. And then they go, here's the trailer. Then the trailer starts to roll and the Ford moves up again and you can't see for half the bloody trailer if you actually sat there watching E3 because, well, the Ford's moving up. I don't know who thought of that. That was the stupidest idea ever. But the point is, all that trailer displayed is a look at our pretty graphics that you've already seen in screenshots from a leak the other week. And look, we've got 1080p 60 FPS and realism and rain and nighttime. There you go. To me, it just seems like Forza, they go full out on something that's really, really cool. Like, don't get me wrong, Forza 6's weather system, the rain, looked absolutely fantastic. Like, it doesn't look amazing visually, but I'm talking about how it actually works. A lot of games just kind of make you slide around a bit more when it's raining, which is not really what happens. Puddles need to form, and you go through those puddles, your car will fuck up. You'll spin out if you are not careful. And that is a lot of detail to work with, like how you hit the puddle, in what car, what suspension, how it reacts. That's a lot of work in itself. And I really appreciate that they've done that. But what I don't appreciate is that then they go half-assed on every single other feature in the game. Weather in the game. How does that work? It's on about 3 or 4 tracks. Literally. 3 or 4 tracks. It's not dynamic. You can't make it not rain and then rain. It's literally set. Now, dynamic, I can understand because it has to render lighting in real time, that sort of thing for dynamic time, which, you know, is demanding and it would mess up the 1080p 60 FPS that they always try to aim for. But what I don't find acceptable is for rain and night only to be on a couple of tracks. And no track has night and rain because they said the excuse was it would be too hard. I'm sorry? Number one, they already just showed us literally nothing about the game whatsoever at E3 after hyping us up for it. And then number two, they blatantly lied to us saying that is the reason as to why they don't have night and rain. Like, come on. Again, don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to seeing how the new physics work, playing with the new cars, that sort of thing. But it just seems like they don't listen. And that really irritates me. You've had fans requesting features that were in Forza 4. In Forza 5, they didn't add them. I was like, okay, you know, short development time, whatever. Forza 6 got some cool features like clubs, that sort of thing. They've taken them away in the new game. Clubs just make sense in Forza. If you at least had a club system, it would mean you can have a proper lobby system, even if you don't have the open lobby system that people have been requesting, because it was in Forza 4, it's in Gran Turismo, it's in Assetto Corsa. You know, it's in games, and it really does make a huge difference. Just open lobbies in itself, prattling about, driving around, playing with the settings in the game while you're in the game. Just, it's... why? Turn 10 is just a really, really confusing company to me. They do a lot of hard work on some really, really awesome things, but then they just kind of go, yeah, we're not adding this in. We're not adding the auction house in. We're not adding car football in. We're not adding open lobbies in. We're not adding clubs in. You know, they're taking things away. Do you know, it's literally like one step forward and 90 million steps back for them. It just annoys me because the reason I got an Xbox One was for Forza for the most part, and they're removing features pretty much every game, where instead of adding them, like they're supposed to add to the game. Do you know what I mean? It just really confuses me. Literally, the only feature I can think of that was fan requested, not even a feature, that was fan requested that's in Forza 6, do you want to know what it is? it's the Hellcat. Because people won't shut the fuck up about a goddamn Hellcat, even though you could just upgrade the Challenger in the first place. But that's whatever. It's in the game for people that want it. It's in there. They listen to that. Amazing. People wanted it to be Horizon 2 DLC. I'd prefer it in an open world game personally, but that's just another story for another day. And again, they've just announced something as I'm making this video that again just takes another step back. They have said, like they said with Forza Horizon 2, everything is tuned for no tokens at launch. You're gonna, once again, update the game in a couple of weeks. The only update you'll ever release to the game to add more content in a way to the game is to add microtransactions. I don't get Turn 10. They confuse the balls out of me. If anyone from Turn 10 or related to Turn 10 in Microsoft, anyone is actually watching this video, you're probably not, because I'm probably blacklisted from actually speaking up about this kind of stuff. But whatever. Turn 10, would it hurt to at least just open up to fans and explain the reasons why you don't do things? Like, you lied about the whole, it's too difficult if you have night and rain. Well, yeah, it might be difficult, but it doesn't make it impossible, and people will want to push themselves to do that. Just say it would mess with our frame rate, it would make our frames drop, that sort of thing. Just say why there's no clubs. Again, say why you're adding microtransactions. Just explain these things, and people will actually, you know, understand at least as to why you're not listening to them, and just don't blank them and block them on your channel and that sort of thing. It's just not right. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you believe Turn 10 is just playing us for fools, or do you think they genuinely just think they know best? You know, it's just a really confusing situation, and I really hope that Turn 10 do actually listen with this game at least, and add DLC cars that people want this time, not stupid cars that nobody wants except for one car in the pack to make you buy the whole pack and then end the season pass and still release more cars. They're a really confusing company. But until next time, guys, I'll see you soon. Be sure to hit like, subscribe if you're new, and peace.